just press open here. If it comes, okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. Hare Krishna. So, yeah. So until this point of until this section, Krishna was describing the transcendental knowledge. Means what is this importance of having this knowledge, no? And how the great souls in the past have acted in such a way that even though they did work, they are not entangled. They work for liberation. No, actually, anything that we do is bound to give us reactions. Every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So anything good you do, you can come little front, not this. So anything that we do in this material world is definitely is going to give the reaction. And Krishna gave the example of great souls, and he says they are Mahajanas, and advises Arjuna to follow their footsteps. Mahajano ena katastha panta means if one follows the footsteps of great souls, then they will not be able to bound. They will not be bound by the reactions of their work. What is actually causing us pleasure or pain in this material world is reactions of our work. So, and here in this section, Krishna describes how he created these 4 varnas and 4 ashramas for the spiritual advancement. So actually, if you see in any culture, these 4 varnas and 4 ashramas are always embedded. Somebody may say, oh, this varna ashram system was like a past culture, like it's no more anymore like that. But without our knowledge, without this varna system, there is no order and there is no peace in the society. So what are those varnas and ashramas? Brahmachari, Gruhastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa. These are 4 ashrams. And 4 varnas are Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Sudras. So as soon as we mention this, nowadays some people with what we call revolutionary, so-called revolutionary mood, they say, why are you discriminating people based on their birth and all those things? But Krishna clearly says in Bhagavad Gita, Chatur Varnam Maya Sustam Guna Karma Vibhagasha, means based on guna, means their nature, and karma, based on the type of work they do, not by their birth, not by their color, not their by educational qualification, but their guna, what is their nature, and what type of activities they like to do. So now let us proceed how Krishna sees it. Okay. So one may see, like, does all paths lead to the same goal? Somebody may say, okay, you take the path of jnana, you take the path of karma, you take the path of Ashtanga Yoga, you take the path of Bhakti Yoga, or no, you take any religion, all the religions and all the processes leads to the same goal. Somebody will say like that. And why there are worship of many gods, especially in the Indian culture, and is the caste system not exploitative? So we'll discuss on these points. Okay. So if you see, for a first, I will just give the one short, even like thought-provoking answers. So does anybody believe in this thing? Does all paths lead to the same goal? Worship of any god, following any actions, does it lead to the same thing?
No, Prabhu.
So, like, if you have the conception, then let's practically see. If you go to school, you enroll in you say medicine, and some enroll in engineering. If all the parts leads to the same goal, then they should be at the end of the graduation, they should be able to equally qualified to perform any work. And also, if you go to any airport, there are many counters. There are many destinations that you can take a ticket. If you take a ticket to China, and somebody takes a ticket to India, and if you board any flight, any destination, will all the flights will lead to the same destination? No. So in the same way, like seemingly, it may appear for us that no, path, karma, jnana, yoga, worship of any demigod, worship of any path, following any path, whatever, like whatever you like, whatever you feel like doing, will lead the same perfection. If that is, Krishna is saying that will not be the same. There will be difference. There is a perfection on any level, on the material level, on the spiritual level, on the mental level, on the social level. One's idea of success is different. One may feel like attaining material prosperity is the success of my life. That is for one person. Earning a lot of money and getting reputation, that is name, fame as the achiever of the wealth. That is success for one type of person. For another, achieving success is like having being the well-wisher of everybody, or becoming politically more prominent figure. So like that. And achieving success for someone is like having a nice family-centered lifestyle, and having nice circle of family and friends and relatives. That is success for someone. For a mother, success is something. For a father, success is something. For a child, success is something. So success depends. That definition of success that we changes at every moment, for different person, different ways. So in the same way, we may follow different paths, and we may define success. But what is the ultimate success, what is the ultimate purpose that we have to strive to achieve? What is actually, if we take a class of students and you ask and tell them what you want to achieve in life, different student, like if it is a mature, just like a mature student, like a graduate or something, not like a school children. School children, they don't know what they are talking about. They don't have much experience also. But if you take like little bit grown-up children, what do you want to become in life? What do you want to achieve in life? Different people will have different definitions. But who knows the best what is to be achieved, like in this human form of life, and what is the ultimate success that we have to look for, and this whatever may be our lifestyle, whatever may be our whatever may be our social position, or what is good for all. We in the beginning of these Bhagavad Gita sessions, we defined what are real problems, what are real solutions, right? So real problems they are common to all, irrespective of your place of birth, your previous actions. Your previous actions defined you to be in your present status, because see, the amount of beauty that you have, amount of wealth you have, amount of social economical position you have is the result of your previous actions. And the family and the position that you are enjoying is the character that you have is a summum bonum of all the past activities, past cultivations, like how you react to different situations, what your thought process is, how based on what your experience and your knowledge of previous activities, that defines your character. So everybody have definite specific character. So what is the but Bhagavad Gita describes what are the problems, real problems of life. What there, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, right? Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, Dukkha, Doshanuvartana means somebody who can see the birth, old age, disease, and death as the real problems of life, and knows how to get out of them and endeavors to overcome them, is actually knowledge. Rest others are in ignorance only. Because as we said, whatever we may aspiring. If you don't have money, then your aspiration right now will be to achieve a lot of money. If you are going through relationship problem and your success is, no, I have to have a nice relation, nice partner, or nice family. Or if you don't have if you are aspiring for a good socio-economical position, that those are all temporary aspirations only. But what is a real aspiration is somebody who can pursue these Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, Dukkha, Dosha, Anvartana means as the real problems of life, and acts in such a way that he addresses those problems in every action, every aspect of his life is in actual knowledge. Okay. Now, if you see the Vedic spiritual advancement is focused on addressing these problems at every aspect of this life. And this path of brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, and sannyasa is the proper way of addressing these problems. See, as every human being have the tendency to enjoy. They want to enjoy this, and this is the nature of the soul. This is the intrinsic nature of the soul. You may be speaking different high philosophies, but this desire is intrinsic. Why? Anandamaya abhyasa. The nature of the soul is to look pleasure in every aspect. So you agree or not, but we are always looking for this pleasure only. And our ultimate goal is to achieve pleasure only. Whatever, like education, work, family, social, economical position, everything is meant for giving pleasure, either in the mental level or on the level of ego, or on the level of on the physical level, eating nicely, or having nice friends and family. So these are all our different endeavors to achieve that happiness. So, and Krishna is not denying that, no, you don't have to artificially control yourself and says, no, I don't want any happiness, no, because that is your nature. Seeking happiness, that is your actual nature. And you should know how to do that rightfully so that you don't get bound up by karma in this material world and takes reactions of that karma again and again. Take birth, janma, mrityu, jara, vyadi again and again. Punarapi marnam, punarapi janam. Taking birth again, enjoying or suffering the reactions of karma again, and performing new karmas again, and getting entangled to the new karmas again, and again taking birth again, dying again. So this cycle, there is a place where we can enjoy, but still we are not entangled by these chains of karma. And why we are if you see any spiritual paths, all the spiritual paths, they actually prescribes the rules and regulations. What is the purpose of rules and regulations? Anybody can say? What is the purpose of rules and regulations? Discipline. Sorry, order. Yeah, rules and regulations are like regulations, especially rules means for the order, and regulations are to control in a gradual manner. For example, you want to enjoy, you cannot go and enjoy, keep on enjoying and exploiting others. You should enjoy, like they will prescribe, okay, you want to eat, you want to drink, or you want to have a relationship with the opposite sex. The rules and regulations that as in the society we keep, so that as a restriction we limit them. We don't spend all our life for that purpose only. We limit them and we use them in a constructive manner. So otherwise, if you see, if a child is there, parents tell them, okay, you can eat only one chocolate a day. Yeah? Or not like it is for the health of that child. Otherwise, if the child eats whatever it wants or whatever it likes, then the child will spoil the health. So these rules and regulations that are prescribed in the scriptures are for our spiritual advancement only. So what is the goal of spiritual advancement? To address the 4 major problems of life permanently. See, just like a person who is born in the prison house and who is raised in the prison house and who is still in the prison house, he knows only the prison house only. He doesn't know that there is a free world out there where you can earn your own money, you can be free, you can go wherever you want, or you can do whatever you want. So, but like somebody who is a well-wisher of that person will educate them. They will educate the person. No, this prison house is not the only thing. There is a greater way that you can be free. You can be more self-reliant and happy in life in better ways. So in prison also there is some happiness, because in prison house he might be confined to 4 walls. But sometimes he also experiences pleasure. What is the pleasure for a person in the prison house? Can anybody define a person is there who is born from in the prison only and who is still in the prison only, and he is constantly tormented. What is the pleasure for a person in the prison house? Can anybody define? So pleasure for the good food, good sleep, and little bit of less punishment. If that jailer or prisoner, he is beating like every day he is beating like 50 times or 20 times a day. If he beats 10 times a day, it's great satisfaction. Oh, my punishment has reduced down by half or 50%. That's a great pleasure for him, right? So in the same way, in this material world also, we are born in this material world, and we know only the pleasures of this material world, and we don't know what lies beyond it. Like as we said, we are not this body, we are a spirit soul, but we are bound up in this material body by means of the subtle body, which is mind, intelligence, ego, and then gross body made of 5 elements. So I should not say I cannot. We should not also say that no. We only have to go for higher pleasures and discard lower pleasures. We are not saying that, but we should know that there are pleasures that are higher than this, and there is a place where one can be permanently happy. Like, because happiness in this material world is temporary, ashashvatam. What is the nature of this material world is dukkhalayam ashashvatam. But there are some places which are permanently happy. So in this session, like we are covering the verses from 4.11 to 4.15. 4.11, Krishna says how he reciprocates with the worshipper's mood. And 4.12, Krishna says people worship demigods for quick results. And Krishna created 4 varnas. Why Krishna created 4 varnas? And what is Krishna's work doesn't affect him. So any work in this material world affects us, but Krishna's work doesn't affect him. And liberated soul work by understanding Krishna. So these are all the points that we're going to discuss in this session. Okay. Krishna says, Ye yatamam prapatyante tam sataiva bhajamyaham mama vartmanu vartante manushah partha sarvasha. As all surrender unto me, I reward accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pritha. Means, the way ye yatamam prapatyante tam sataiva bhajamyaham. Means, however you want to approach Krishna, that way Krishna reciprocates with you. Like for example, if you approach Krishna thinking Krishna is my friend, Krishna is my dearmost person whom I can share anything and who will always look after me, Krishna will reciprocate accordingly. If you approach Krishna, oh, he is just He is just God. He is doing his business. I am doing my business. And it's only like, it's like out of formality. I go to temple, take darshan, and like crack a coconut, and then you be good there and I'll be good here, like that. Krishna says, okay, if you're happy there, I'm also happy here. Like that, Krishna says. But if you develop a relationship with Krishna, like if you see, like Krishna is the only person like who actually comes down to the level of his devotee. Yes, like other gods, they will have their level and we will have our level. They will stay on that level only. They will not come down to your level. Krishna is the only person who is a personality who comes onto our level. Whatever age you may be, whatever gender, whatever social position, whatever you are literate, illiterate, scholar. So he can be friend of everybody irrespective. That's why he is called Bhakta Vatsala. If you are a devotee to him, that's it. No more qualification. Whatever position you are in, you will be friend to him. He can make friendship with even animals, what to speak of humans. So, see here, like in this shloka, what is the purpose? Why we keep this? Just nice story. Like once Krishna was in Gokul, and here one time one fruit vendor lady came. That time Yashodamai, the mother of Krishna, right? Yashodamai was busy in something else. Maybe she is in some other room. And this fruit vendor lady came, like in India in olden days, how they sell fruits, they'll shout loud, right? Announcing mangoes, berries, like that. So Krishna hearing, nowadays they also have the ice cream machines, right? Ice cream vendors, they'll have bells. So like that, when this fruit lady was shouting to sell her fruit, Krishna wanted to buy. Now, how they used to buy in those days? Barter system. You give something and you take something. So in those system, like Krishna was in the house of Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj was a Vaishya. So what they do as a Vaishya, he gives grains and takes fruits. So Krishna understood that, and this fruit lady came selling his fruits to near the house of Krishna, where Krishna was staying. And Krishna immediately wanted some fruit from her, and he grabbed the grains with his both hands and started running to her. And he was like very small that time, I think 2-3 years old. And all the grains that he was holding in his hands, how much hand, like little hands, how many grains he can hold? Very few grains he was able to carry to her. And gave it to her, no, I want fruits. Can you take these grains and give me fruits? He asked that fruit vendor lady. And fruit vendor lady was working all day long. She didn't have any sales. Like might be she might have some sales also. But what she did is she was attracted by Krishna's beauty. The way Krishna is asking her. And she developed so much affection for Krishna. She thought she could give anything for Krishna. So what she did, she gave all fruits, whatever she had, to Krishna. Like if you see, she's like giving, keep on giving. Krishna is not able to hold that many fruits. And she's like not even expecting the grains also, because you can see Krishna stands so much and he only got few grains. And as soon as she gave, and immediately Krishna gave her the most valuable pearls and most valuable diamonds, because she gave to Krishna whatever best she can give. And Krishna, being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he gave whatever best he can give. So that reciprocation from Krishna happens like that. Means Krishna doesn't see who or what you are giving to him. Krishna sees the spirit behind how you are giving, and or like in what condition that you are giving. Whatever she has, she is offering with love, and Krishna is reciprocating accordingly. So if you see her, her basket is filled with all the precious jewels and gold ornaments, like that. So even Kamsa, right? Kamsa meditated on Krishna, thinking that Krishna is my enemy, Krishna is going to kill me, I have to kill Krishna, Krishna is my, like that. He meditated on Krishna throughout his life, eating, sleeping, working. He was always constantly like fully absorbed in enmity towards Krishna. So, like Prabhupada says, fire you touch knowingly or unknowingly, you'll get burnt. So, what is the nature of fire? Nature of fire is to burn. Anything that you throw at fire, it will burn off. So, Krishna, you touch him, you get connected with Krishna knowingly, unknowingly, somehow or other. His nature is to give auspiciousness. Auspiciousness means all auspiciousness. If we say greatest of demons, who was lowest of the low, like now, if you see demons like Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, all those things. And even Kamsa, he killed so many people, innocent, like he employed Putana to kill small babies, Shishuhatya, and he, whoever he thought like he is my enemy, he straight away wiped out their entire race. Not only the fighters, not only the entire race by cleansing, ethnic cleansing, you say, right? Now the Jews, they are cleansed ethnic, that kind of things are there happening. So when compared to them, their level of crime was so high, but still they got connected with Krishna as an enemy. Like Kamsa now meditated in, like always thinking of him, and he is sending different demons to find and kill Krishna. So finally, when Krishna killed Kamsa, he went back to Vaikuntha. Like, because see, if somebody does so many heinous crimes, where he should be going? If somebody kills one person, as per law of karma, that person has to take next birth again and has to be killed by the person who killed in the previous life. Means you give one rupee to somebody or $1 to somebody, you'll get $1 from the same person. Means the reaction comes, but that amount of the heinous crimes that Kamsa has performed, he should be eternally in the hell. But because of his meditation on Krishna, because he's being connected with Krishna, after the death, he went back to Vaikuntha. Why? Because knowingly or unknowingly, you get in touch with Krishna, you'll get purified and you'll get cleansed and you'll attain perfection. So, means that is the worst case. But if anybody performs crimes like Kamsa and he was not able to fully absorb in Krishna, and Krishna doesn't personally come to kill him, then he will eternally suffer in the hell. So why we are mentioning the example of Kamsa? If a demon like Kamsa was able to attain perfection of life or go back to Vaikuntha by meditating on Krishna, what about the devotees who meditate on Krishna in love, in devotion? What is the position that they are going to achieve? So even the Putana, right? You know the example of Putana. Putana came with the intention to kill Krishna by smearing deadly poison on her breast. But after killing Putana, like Krishna sucked the breast of Putana and then also sucked her life air. And Krishna didn't see, oh, this Putana killed so many innocent babies. This Putana tried to kill me also. So I should be punishing him. I should be punishing her. Krishna doesn't think like that. Krishna only sees the positive aspect that we do. Oh, she came to offer me something. So she actually tried to feed me like my mother. That's how Krishna gave her the position of mother in the spiritual world. She became one of the what are called mothers, nurses for Krishna in the spiritual world. Means you're understanding, right? What, like one motherly position, he gave the motherly position. There are 6 kind of mothers. Okay, according to Vedic culture, there are 6 kind of mothers. The mother, the actual mother, sorry, mother of a guru, wife of a guru is also a mother, and wife of Brahmana is also mother, wife of king is also mother, and nurse, somebody who treats us, she is also mother, and a cow is also mother. Why? because cow gives the milk, and everybody in childhood we took the milk from the cow. So there are 6 kinds of mothers. Everybody have 6 mothers. Okay, so Krishna gave the position of mother to Putana in the spiritual world. Means, however you approach Krishna, with whatever intention you approach, but Krishna sees only positive thing. Krishna didn't say, okay, Putana's intention was to kill me, but actually she offered something. So actually it doesn't end there. Actually, Putana in her previous life, she was the sister of Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj, you know, right? Bali Maharaj is the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. And Bali Maharaj actually conquered Indra, and he was the lord of 3 worlds because he defeated Indra. And he was performing great yajna, and he was giving charity to everybody. But he was in a position which he is not supposed to be. The position of the king of demigods is for Devendra. That is, as per the Krishna gave the position of demigod, the king of demigods to Indra, like who was actually banished by Bali Maharaj. But in order to take this rule from the Bali Maharaj, Krishna came as Vaman Dev. When Krishna came as Vaman Dev, this sister of Bali Maharaj, she saw the beauty of this Vaman Dev. Now Krishna is beautiful in any incarnation he may take. Even if Krishna takes the incarnation of tortoise, even if Krishna takes the incarnation of boar, he was beautiful. So Krishna took the incarnation of Vaman Dev, means like he was short, he was a Brahmin boy. And looking at her, this sister of Bali Maharaj, she was so much attracted to him. Oh, this child is so beautiful. I wish I could have a child like this. That kind of motherly affection developed in her. But after Krishna performed that pastime of taking everything away from Bali in 3 steps, she developed so much anger on Krishna, on Vaman Dev. He says, I wish I felt love toward this small child, but this child appeared to be Vishnu. I wish I could kill him. That kind of intention developed in her. So Krishna granted her both boons. She can try to kill him, and also she can serve him as a mother. So she tried to kill him by feeding poison, and she also tried to serve him as a mother by giving her breast milk. So that's how, in that consciousness, she left the body and she attained the position of mother of Krishna in the spiritual world. So in whatever way we get connected to Krishna, Krishna is all auspicious. There is nothing inauspicious. Krishna will never curse anybody, even if nothing inauspicious comes from Krishna. So, and Krishna has 3 features, like as we said, Brahman, like all pervasiveness, like which some impersonalists, there are some religions who says God doesn't have any form. So they worship this Brahman aspect, means all pervasive, means Brahman is all pervasive, is all pervasive in the spiritual world, is all pervasive in the material world also. Here also Brahman is there, here also. Brahman is the basis for everything. Everything is existing in the Brahman. And Paramatma, this Brahman aspect is the goal of Jnana yogis. The yogis who actually do mental speculation, who actually thinks that everything is illusory, that kind of people, their goal is to merge into the Brahman. Brahmaikya Siddhi, they say that, right? And Paramatma, the Ashtanga yogis who meditate, if you see here, the yogi who is meditating here, their goal, they focus on the Paramatma within the heart. Krishna is worshipped by greatest scholars in 3 forms: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Brahman is all pervasive aspect of Krishna, and Paramatma is the Paramatma residing in the hearts of every living entity. We are the spirit soul. Our soul is in the region of the heart, and beside the soul is super soul. Because of the presence of super soul only, soul is still there in the body. As soon as super soul realizes that, okay, this karma, the time that this living entity has to live in this body is over, immediately super soul leaves that body, and following the super soul, the soul also leaves the body. So, the Ashtanga yogis, they try to find Krishna in the form of Paramatma in their heart. And Bhagavan is this, the original personal aspect of Krishna in the spiritual world. Like, and in the spiritual world, in the Golok Vrindavan or Vaikuntha. So that is the original personal aspect of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So, and 3 levels of realizations of the absolute truth. It is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, Vadanti tattva vidas tattam yajnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavan iti shabdati. Means same tattva, same aspect can be worshipped in 3 ways. Brahman, as Paramatma, as Bhagavan. So anybody who wants to approach Krishna, they can approach in any of these aspects. But still, Krishna reciprocates accordingly. If you approach as a Brahman, he will be as a Brahman. Like for example, if somebody traveling on the sea, they will see water everywhere. Like initially, anybody travel on the water? Anybody travel on the water? On the sea or on the river, in the lakes, boating? Or you can say, for example, in the flight. Okay. So we never went into the sky. Like we all took the flights, right? So we never went into the sky. So you recall your first experience. Like what is your first experience when you first took the flight? You are so excited. We are going to fly. Until now we only have the experience of being on the land and being limited. Now we are going to fly into the sky like that. We had some excitement, right? And as soon as we flew into the sky, we are happy. Everything becomes small, and outside everything, we are excited to see how bluish and sky looks very nice like that. And after some time, maybe like 1 or 2 days in being in the flight, we get so much bored, and we'll think, when will this flight will land land on the land again, does the landing? Why? Because what we thought initially was exciting was only gives us temporary satisfaction. That is not our real position to be to see blue everywhere. If you travel on the sea, they will see water everywhere, all around. For initial 1 day, they will enjoy seeing water, unlimited, no shores at all. They will enjoy the sight of being on the sea. But after 1 or 2 days, they develop seasickness. Means when will this voyage ends? Like that, they think. As soon as they see some island, they are excited. They feel relieved. Why? Because the variety, enjoying different varieties, is intrinsic nature of the soul. And merging into the Brahman is same, blissful everywhere. So you like the sweets. So somebody takes you and drop you in a godown where everywhere sweet is there only. After eating so much of sweet, you will develop, oh my God, I don't want sweet anymore. Right? So if I don't want to distract from our main course, but Brahman is not ultimate, cannot give ultimate pleasure. It will give pleasure. Brahman, if somebody merges into the impersonal Brahman as a soul goes merges into the Brahman effulgence, then soul will not have any anxiety. And initially, but if soul desires anything more, then soul has to go into different personal level. So the 3 levels are there: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. And everyone looking for Krishna in different aspects of his manifestation. And Krishna is object of everyone's realization. So basically, if you see, like somebody may think, like atheist also may think, even who doesn't believe in God, is actually acting according to the will of Krishna only. Means, like everybody is under the Prakriti, everybody is under the control of Prakriti. Prakriti kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti manyata. Means, ahankara, out of false ego, everybody thinks I am the doer, I am the enjoyer. Ahankara, vimudatma. Vimudatma means foolish soul, foolish person thinks that I am the doer, I am the enjoyer, but actually he is controlled by the Prakriti, material nature. Why sometimes we feel oh so blissful, getting early in the morning, doing meditation, doing our spiritual sadhana. That is in mode of Sattvagun. Rajagun means achieve something, enjoy, be the you are the controller, you are the maintainer. That is the Rajagun. And Tamogun, no, give up everything, just go to sleep or enjoy drinking alcohol, or that is the mode of ignorance, or enjoying violence is in Tamogun. So when Prakriti pulls the string of Sattvagun, you will come into Sattvagun and you think you tend to know, I want to be good, no, I want to achieve spiritual perfection, I want to be good and do good, like that. That is the mode of Sattvagun. Rajagun, when the material nature pulls the string of Rajagun, hey, what is this life? This life is meant for achieving. This life is meant for enjoying. I want to earn more. I want to enjoy more. So you go after enjoyment. That is at that time Prakriti pull the string of Rajagun, and when it comes to after some time, Prakriti will pull the string of Tamogun, and after some time you feel okay, give up all these things, just go to sleep, or drink alcohol and be blissful, forget everything and be blissful. So that is the mode of Tamogun. So the way that the Prakriti pulls the string, we are acting helplessly, but still we think that we are the controllers, we are the maintainers. So it is out of ignorance. So without coming to the highest or to the perfect stage of Krishna consciousness, all attempts are imperfect. So if you don't have this knowledge that we are being controlled, we are being actually under the influence of Prakriti, then we'll be under ignorance only. So as the embodied conditioned souls, we have two options. You be under the control of Krishna, or you be under the control of Maya. Maya means Prakriti. Prakriti is called the Bahiranga Prakriti, the external potency of Krishna. If you are in the devotion circle, if you are in the spiritual practice, then you are the internal, you are under the protection of Antaranga Shakti. But if you are not Krishna conscious, if you are not favorable to Krishna, then you will be put under the influence of external Bahiranga Shakti, Maya. So it's up to us. You be favorable and come under the protection of internal energy of Krishna, or you reject and be under the external potency of Krishna. You see everybody out there now who is not Krishna conscious, who is not who is an atheist, who doesn't believe in God. He is thinking he doesn't have anything to do with God. And God also says, I don't have anything to do with you. Let my Prakriti deal with you. So Krishna says, right? If you don't want Krishna in your life, Krishna also doesn't want you in his life. So cut off means that the Prakriti is like a maid servant to Krishna, because Prakriti Guna Karmani means Prakriti is under the control of Krishna. We are all under the control of Prakriti, and Prakriti is under the control of Krishna. So if sometimes some mother is there and she is taking care of the children, for example, a queen is there. Queen actually, she personally takes care of her kids and all. But if kid is so adamant, if kid is she doesn't want her mother, the queen, to deal with him, then what does queen do? Okay, she calls one of her servant. Okay, you deal with this kid, and she gives that kid to that maid servant. So in the same way, when Krishna personally deals with all the living entities who are favorably connected to him, but if somebody who actually develop any opposition, or cannot say what you call, if somebody doesn't likes Krishna to be in their life, then Krishna will hand over to the Prakriti. So those Krishna's reciprocation with these devotees, okay? Devotees are somebody who understand that Krishna is their well-wisher, Krishna is their friend, and those who think that my birth and activities are eternal and having the particular desire for those pastimes, worship and please me. Means this Krishna is saying, okay? Devotees are in relationship with Krishna in a favorable manner. non-devotees or atheists also are in relationship with Krishna, but in unfavorable manner. So, and in the spiritual world, so when it comes to devotees who are actually connected to Krishna in the favorable way, they actually develop relationship with Krishna in 5 aspects. Okay, that is called, first thing is as a personal Krishna as the supreme master, means Shantarasa. Shantarasa means like, for example, cows in Vrindavana, trees, and also some devotees in Vaikuntha Loka, they are in Shantarasa. Means like they worship, they accept Krishna as their master, and they actually maintain that relationship. Like now, if you see all the religions except Krishna consciousness, they don't think Krishna, God as their friend, God as their lover, God as their son. They think God is great and we are there, his subordinates. Means that is Shantarasa. Means just being in a submissive mood towards God or Krishna. And higher to that is, he can be Dasya Rasa. Dasya Rasa means Lord is our master, I am his servant. That is Dasya Rasa. What is the difference between Shantarasa and Dasya Rasa? In Shantarasa, there won't be personal dealings with Krishna. But in Dasya Rasa, there will be personal dealings with Krishna. Because a Dasya means servant. Servant knows what my master likes and what my master dislikes. And he tries to behave in such a way that he works to please the master. And master reciprocates to the servant accordingly. So Dasya means not a slave. Don't misunderstand. Somebody who is serving Krishna is a great soul. That's why in ISKCON, anyone who asks, they will have their Das or Dasi in there at the end of their name, because that is the highest position. So this material world is the perverted reflection of the spiritual world. Whatever is the highest in the spiritual world is the lowest in the material world. So Das is very highest position in the spiritual world, and Das is very lowest position in this material world. Okay, and from Dasya Rasa, higher to that is Sakya Rasa, means being a friend to Krishna, just like Arjuna and Krishna were friends, and Sudama and Krishna were friends. Like that, being a friend towards Krishna means first Shantarasa, then Dasya Rasa, then Sakya Rasa. These are 3 rasas. Okay. Next to that rasa is Vatsalya Rasa. Vatsalya Rasa means just like how treating Krishna as their child. Vatsalya Rasa means like Mother Yashoda treats towards Krishna. Mother Yashoda's loving relationship with Krishna and Nanda Maharaj and all the elderly Gopas and Gopis of Vrindavana. They have this Vatsalya Rasa. They treat Krishna like a small child. So if you treat Krishna like a small child, Krishna reciprocates accordingly. He will become child for you. But you should be in devotion. You should be in a friendly disposition. You should have that mood. You should have that devotion. It should not come artificially. And above that, Vatsalya Rasa is Madhurya Rasa. Madhurya Rasa means as a lover. Who has that relationship with as a lover? Can anybody say? Yeah, Radharani and the Gopis. Gopis. They have this relationship as in the form of Madhurya Rasa. So why we are saying one rasa is higher than other? There is no difference actually in the spiritual world. Every living entity, every person, everyone is fully satisfied in their own position. They don't want to exchange their position for anything. But we say that one rasa is higher than other rasa because of how much service that they can render to Krishna. So, for example, in Shantarasa, you can appreciate Krishna, you can hear glories of Krishna, and you can have this friendly, nice feeling towards Krishna. But when it comes to Dasya Rasa, you can personally, you can not only appreciate Krishna, you can personally serve Krishna. But when it comes to friend and Sakya Rasa, he can not only have appreciation, he can not only serve, he can also deal equally. Friend can be a servant, friend can be an appreciator also, right? And when it comes to Vatsalya Rasa, the Vatsalya Rasa devotee can do all the services that the lower person can do. Just like mother can be a friend, mother can be a servant, mother can be a well-wisher. So, and mother can do more than that. Mother or father. And above that is Madhurya Rasa. Madhurya Rasa means like a relation between a lover and beloved, or a wife and husband. Because a wife can be a friend, a well-wisher, a mother, and more than that. So more ways. So that way, those rasas are higher in the way how we can serve Krishna in more and more varieties. That's how this relationship are developed towards Krishna. So any devotee who is in in bhakti process, in Krishna conscious movement, or any person who is a bhakta of a devotee in the spiritual world or in this material world, he will have mostly in the in this material world, we should be in the our relationship will be mostly in the dasya, means should be in a servitor mode. So that because of our impurity or because of our conditioning, unless we have that mood, then but everybody have this nature. Everybody is their original position is different from what we think, because whatever the position that we have right now is a temporary designation only. We being a father, mother, as a child, these are temporary designations. But in the spiritual world, we have eternal swarupa, eternal relationship with Krishna. So, and after that, so as I said previously, the Jnanis, they actually aspire for Brahman realization. So in this picture, you can see there are four kinds of people who can actually surrender to Krishna. The Jnanis, who knows what is a reality about Krishna, the distressed persons, or the inquirer, just out of curiosity, somebody can inquire, and somebody who is seeking the shelter. So these are the four kinds of people who actually surrender to Krishna. So there are four kinds of people who doesn't surrender to Krishna also, that we discuss later. And those who want to commit spiritual suicide by annihilating the individual existence of Krishna, else only by absorbing them in his effulgence. Means, we said, right, the merging into the Brahman effulgence. So these Jnanis, what they want is, they don't want any form, because they think that all our sufferings in this material world is because we are limited, because we have a body. If we don't have body, we don't have any suffering only. So that's why they reject all the personal aspects. And they reject the personal aspect of Krishna also. That's how they merge into the impersonal Brahman. So even those who follow the other religions and denominations and propitiate others are not in following the Vedic culture in any way. For them also, an allotment of materialistic reward is made available, but in indirect way. We already discussed, right? Like if you are favorably connected, Krishna will personally take care of you. You will see personal reciprocations from Krishna. If you are not favorably connected, you will also see, but in an indirect manner. Here we see, right? If you see in the form of Gajendra Moksha, Krishna is coming personally to rescue Gajendra. Even though there are so many demigods, when Gajendra prayed for liberation, none of the demigods, Gajendra prayed, none who is the master of them, who is my eternal protector, he should come and protect me. Then only Krishna came for his protection. So Krishna, Krishna's dealings with his devotees are so intimate and so loving. Like if you see Sudama also, he doesn't care for anything. He cared how much love with which he approached him. So, and Krishna says, men in this world desire success in fruitive activities, and therefore they worship demigods quickly. Of course, men get the results from fruitive work in this world. So anybody who is worshipping other than Krishna. So according to our Vedic scriptures, if you want a good wife or a husband, if you want a good wife, like a beautiful wife, you have to worship Katyayani or like Parvati Devi. And if you want a good husband, you have to worship Lord Shiva. And if you have to have good health, you worship sun god, Surya Dev. And if you want good learning, good scholarship, you worship Saraswati. So there are different designation, different demigods that we can approach for different material benefits. So, but they may get results very faster. Like for example, somebody does Ganapati Puja or something, they for 9 weeks or something, they'll get some benefit. So there are many, like I'm not, so we are not against that. Demigod worship is also Krishna's worship, but in an indirect manner. Everything comes from Krishna only. But for example, like a person goes to the shop, take a $100 bill and goes to a shop, like a small child, like maybe in this country it is illegal, but in India he can go. A child who is who is going to school, if he have money, he can go to liquor shop and buy liquor, what do you call whiskey, right? Like some liquor, strong liquor, and shopkeeper, as long as he paid money, he'll just give the liquor and sends him out. So if the same child goes and takes this from his piggy bank, he takes 100 rupees or $100 and goes to his father. The father, can you go and buy liquor? And while coming back, can you bring a bottle of liquor for me? What does father do? If it is in India, slaps him left and right. So, but here, father will takes time. Why you want to drink liquor? Why you are getting this kind of thoughts? Liquor is next to the poison. It will ruin your life. It will ruin your health. So he will educate. But when he goes to shopkeeper, the same amount of endeavor, you don't have to put any endeavor. He'll just give $100 and say, I want that liquor, and shopkeeper give the bottle and gives. Why? Shopkeeper doesn't care what is his health, what is his health is going to be, what his future is going to be. He just gives him off and sends him off. He don't want to waste his time there. In the same way, when we approach demigods, any devata or any demigod with any material benediction, for any material purpose, the demigod doesn't bother as long as you paid the right price. They just give it and they just leave. They don't want to deal with you much because they are not eternally connected to you. As long as you worship them, they will reciprocate. As soon as you stop worshipping or you stop paying the price, they will immediately cut down. So any dealings with the demigods are like dealings with a business, is a business dealing. But when it comes to Krishna, any dealing will be more personal because he is like our eternal father. This person is asking for this benediction. If I give this benediction, I know what he will go through because he can see, he knows all our past lives and he knows all our future also. So he will restrain it. He will not give. On the other hand, demigods can directly give. Like as a businessman, as soon as he's getting the profit, he'll just give it and he'll just move forward. But Krishna, like demigod worship for material assets, or Krishna worship for returning back to Godhead. So akama sarvakama moksha kama udaratir tiviran bhakti yogana means, like Krishna says in Bhagavatam, if you have no material desires or if you have a lot of material desires, you still can approach Krishna. So what is the advantage of approaching Krishna? So you not only get that material benefit if you approach Krishna, if it is good for you, if it is good for your spiritual and spiritual position, spiritual advancement, Krishna will give right away the material benediction. But if it is not good for you, Krishna will withhold. Even if it is, if Krishna thinks something is not good for you, Krishna may take that aspect from our life also. Now, if Krishna says too much of wealth for this person is not good right now, then Krishna will take away, just like a parent, right? Parent doesn't want to give lot of cash, no lot of wealth to the child, because child may misuse that wealth or no, independent. He may spoil. So, but as soon as Krishna sees that this is good for him, he will immediately give that. But when he gives, he will also educate. Like we know the pastime of Dhruva Maharaj, right? So, slide was not used. So we know the pastime of Dhruva Maharaj, right? Dhruva Maharaj was insulted by his mother, his stepmother, and he goes to forest and meditates on Krishna. And Krishna appears in front of Dhruva Maharaj, like within 6 months. And then first, what does Krishna give? Krishna doesn't ask Dhruva Maharaj, what do you want? Krishna says, I know what you want. And first he gives the knowledge. He touches the Dhruva Maharaj's head with his conch shell. And when Lord Krishna touches Dhruva Maharaj's head with his conch shell, Dhruva Maharaj get all the knowledge. He's a 5-year-old boy, but he get all the knowledge. Then he will get realization. What is permanent, what is temporary, what is good for me, what is bad for me. He will have full knowledge. He will remove all the ignorance first. And when Dhruva Maharaj reaches this stage, then Krishna give, okay, I am giving you the Dhruva Loka. Dhruva Loka is above, like even if Brahma Loka is destroyed, Dhruva Loka will not get destroyed. You will rule this earthly planet for 36,000 years. After that, you will reach to Dhruva Loka, and then from Dhruva Loka, you will reach entire planetary system. Like that, he gives. Means, like if Krishna, our Acharya says, if Krishna wants to take, how much can you hold back? If Krishna wants to give, how much can you take from him? Means how much can you hold? Because Krishna has thousands of arms. When he gives with his thousands of arms, how much can you take with your 2 hands? And Krishna wants to take something from us for our benefit. How much can you hold back with your 2 hands? So best thing is just be surrendered to Krishna and see and try to see how Krishna is doing everything for our good. If you don't have the knowledge to see the things how happening, like when you surrender to Krishna, and if you feel that some things are not happening the way you wanted, then you can approach a person who is more spiritually more advanced, a guru, and then present him before him, and then see how it might be helpful. It might be helpful. It will be helpful, because as soon as you are surrendered to Krishna, Krishna will take care of every living entity. Even Krishna takes care of every living entity without surrender also. And why not Krishna take care of somebody who surrenders in a loving way? So, before giving any benediction, any material benediction, what does Krishna say? Like just like the father, if son wants a liquor bottle, father will educate him either by by punishing him or by educating him nicely how liquor is going to getting addiction to the liquor. Father will take the child, show other persons who actually spoil their life on drinking alcohol, and then educate him, and then tries to make endeavor to bring him to the right path. In the same way, when material benediction, when we approach Krishna for material benediction, these material benedictions, these material benedictions might be distracting. Just like, for example, if you see, there are many asuras who worship many demigods. For example, Ravana did great austerity and worshipped Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva came, like, see, when I say Lord Shiva is a different aspect of Krishna only, okay? So, Lord Shiva, Brahmaji gave a lot of benediction to Krishna, Ravana. You will not be defeated by this person, that person, this person, that person. But Ravana forgot to ask in his benediction that I need protection from humans and monkeys. Because he thought humans are like, very inferior. Like, I don't have any threat from my ant. Why should I seek protection from my ant? He thought like that. So, so Ravana did not ask for any protection from humans. So that's how, but after getting benediction from Brahmaji, what does Ravana do? He went on picking up quarrel with everybody in the world. He quarreled with Devatas, he quarreled with Gandharvas, he quarreled with Nagas, he quarreled with all the great personalities, and he kidnapped everybody, whoever looks beautiful to him, he kidnapped them and he brought to his home. Means he did a lot of atrocities, and with that he is going to suffer. As per the law of karma, he will be suffering in a great deal, right now, for many thousands of lifetimes. But finally, what happened? Lord has to come in the form of human form, and then kill Ravana. And if you see any demon, like we see Bhasmasura, he did great tapasya to please Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva. So after Lord Shiva appeared, he said, "No, I want a benediction that whomever head I touch, you should burn into ashes." And Lord Shiva says, "What kind of benediction is this? This is not going to do any good for you." And this Bhasmasura said, "No, I want that only." Okay, take. And Lord Shiva gave that benediction. And after giving that benediction, this Bhasmasura saw by the side of Lord Shiva, Mother Parvati was there. And Parvati looked so beautiful to this Asura. And he said, "Oh, this lady should be with me. So this I will just kill this Shiva and then take this lady." So he ran after Lord Shiva. And Krishna has to come in the form of Mohini, and then he bewildered him and made him to touch his head only, so that he got burnt. Means any benediction that any demigod can give, it might not be, definitely it is not for the spiritual advancement of the living entity. So Krishna says, according to 3 modes of mental nature, and I already started this subject also, okay? And as I said previously, right, we have this propensity, we have this enjoying tendency, this tendency of working, tendency of enjoying. According to our propensity, according to the 3 modes of mental nature and the work associated with them, Chadu Varna Maya System, Guna Karma Vivagasha. The 4 Varnas, 4 divisions of the human society are created by me. And although I am the creator of this system, we should know that yet I am non-doer or being unchangeable. Means Krishna personally created these 4 Varnas: Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Sudras. If you see any organization, if you see any group of people, you will find some people who are actually thoughtful, who are actually intellectual, who are very intelligent, who wants to use their brain more. Those are all the Brahmanas, are of Brahmana class. But the definition, I'm saying that how these 4 Varnas are embedded in our society also. So Brahmanas are intellectual people, and Kshatriyas, somebody who has the physical power, somebody who cannot tolerate the injustice, or who want to protect dharma. Those are Kshatriyas. And Vaishyas, they are production class, means they can generate wealth anywhere. Those are Kshatriyas. And Vaishyas are somebody who just want to assist others. So Sudras are somebody who want to assist others. Okay. So if you see, like, they are like 4 parts of human body. Like Sudras are the legs. Okay, they can carry. And Vaishyas are like the stomach. They nourish entire body. And Kshatriyas are like hands. They protect the body. And Brahmanas are like head. They actually, they have the ability to think. They have the ability to make decisions. Okay. So these 4 Varnas and 4 are like different aspects of the society, like working in harmony. So in whatever the Varnas and Ashramas you are in, you can still attain perfection. So based on whatever we are good at, being a Brahmana, being a Kshatriya, being a Vaishya, and being a Sudra, we can be engaged in whatever the position. But this is actual Varnashram, means that is But there is another varnashram called Daivi varnashram. Daivi varnashram means like anything connected to Krishna service in person. Like for example, somebody who is on the altar, or somebody who is doing a deity worship, or somebody who is doing yajnas, they are all in the Brahmana class. But the same person can be engaged, can get engaged in other aspects, means generating wealth for Krishna, like a Vaishya, or protecting the devotees and deities, like a Kshatriya, or doing menial job, cleaning and or anything like that, a construction, or these are Sudra job. So, and there is no difference in any ashram when it comes to Daivi Varnashram. Daivi Varnashram means it is directly connected to Krishna. So there is two Varnashram. There is a regular Varnashram and there is Daivi Varnashram. So we as a devotee, we belong to the Daivi Varnashram. So there is no difference between one ashram and another ashram. They are all equal. Okay. Okay. We'll next Krishna says there is no work, and Krishna says even though he has created all these varnas and ashrams, there is no difference, and there is no work that is going to bound me. That's what Krishna says. Okay. And after that, and all the liberated souls in the ancient times acted with this understanding of my transcendental nature. Means how Krishna is transcendental to all these modes of nature, how Krishna is above all these things. We saw great souls like Janaka, Prahlad, Dhruva, they all acted in relation with Krishna, thinking that how Krishna is above everybody, and they attain the perfection. That's why Krishna is advising here, we should act in their footsteps, and free from fear, free from this anxiety, you act and get benefited. That's what Krishna advises to Arjuna. Okay. And what is the difference between Krishna conscious person and mentally polluted, mentally affected person is a person who is in the conditioned state. You should take Krishna consciousness for gradual cleansing, but materially free person continues to act in Krishna conscious way, and the person outside, he often want to retire from the activities without having knowledge in Krishna consciousness. And but a person who is acting in Krishna consciousness is already liberated, and a person who is sitting aloof and making shows in Krishna consciousness is of less important, because somebody who is not doing any work is of no use. But more important is actually engaging service favorable to Krishna. That is more important. Okay. We'll end it here. Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Pura Vaishnava ki jai. Any questions? Yeah, anybody have any questions? I'm sorry, it went a little longer today.
I have one question.
Yes, Prabhupada.
Yeah, in Krishna consciousness, the people in Krishna consciousness, like us, do we approach Krishna as Bhagavan, and that not the Brahman or the other one, right? We are approaching Krishna as Bhagavan.
See, as soon as you approach the Bhagavan aspect, you are actually approaching Paramatma, and you are actually approaching Brahman also. Means everything is covered. So if you approach Paramatma aspect, you are approaching Bhagavan aspect, Paramatma aspect, and also Brahman aspect also. Means these are all in ascending order. When you approach like Brahman, you're only on the Brahman level. But when you approach Paramatma level, you are already associated with the Brahman aspect also. But when you approach Bhagavan aspect, you are associated with Paramatma aspect, you are approached with Brahman aspect also. So that is higher level. So when you go to the PhD, you already did the graduation, you already did the 10th class, right? Like that.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll end it here.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry I was a little late today.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.